Yes, sir.
I love it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to A Conversation with, and I am your humble host, Floyd Marshall Jr. And as always, I am joined by the amazing Okima T. Moore, my co-host. And today we have a very special guest from the South Side of Chicago
Yeah.
to
Yeah, yeah.
LA, Kevin Eugee Wilson. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this brother has been in the business for quite some time, and he has been doing some absolutely amazing things. I am always amazed at what I find when I research my guests. So I'm going to give you guys just a small background on what this brother brings to the table. Kevin Eugee Wilson is a seasoned executive producer, director, showrunner, and writer with an illustrious career spanning over 2 decades in the media and entertainment industry. He is the visionary CEO and creator of Sylver Lining Media Group, a dynamic production company he founded in 2008. Kevin also holds a degree in film and media arts, a testament to his passion for storytelling and creative excellence earned from Northern Illinois University. Now, his professional career began with the diverse experiences in film and live event productions before making a pivotal move to Los Angeles in 2009. And his collaborative achievements extend to major studios and networks, including NBC Universal, CBS Viacom, Bravo, E, Amazon Music Plus, Rotation, Ebony, Night, Food Network, Lionsgate, BET, Netflix, YouTube, and Facebook, and so much more. So, as I said, ladies and gentlemen, this brother is deep in this business. He is a veteran of this game. So, I'm so glad that all of you have decided to spend some time with us. And as I always say, if you don't have a pen and a pad, do yourself a favor and go grab it, because what you're about to get is another masterclass in how this industry works for the low price of free 99. So without further ado, welcome Kevin Eugee Wilson to A Conversation with myself and Okima T. Moore.
Wow. Wow. Thank you. Such an introduction. So definitely done your homework, sir. I appreciate you both.
We don't have people on here and not know what to talk about. That's not, I'm an actual journalist. So
love that.
I come from actual journalism. Like when bylines were, because you sent it in to the place before blogs were blogs.
Yes.
So yes. And Floyd has 10 pages of questions for you. We're going to get to like 6, but I'm just letting you know that Floyd has 10 pages of questions for you.
Okay.
So we are excited to have you, sir. Welcome, Eugee. We usually have so many people that are so heavily scripted on our show, so it's so nice to have a bit of a change of pace in that. And we have, I myself work across the board, so scripted, branded, yada yada. But a lot of our viewers and listeners to the pod and that watch live on YouTube also either want to get into, I feel like all the scripted people want to be in scripted and all the unscripted people want to be in scripted. Exactly. But it's a mysterious place for people that don't understand it, but enjoy it. And it's a very difficult terrain to both break into and monetize and stay sustainable in. So I'm so happy and excited to have somebody in my space on here today, because that's how I started unscripted. So
yeah, that's my world, man. That's my world. I actually started out in film, believe it or not.
Okay. I believe
it. Yeah. In Chicago, where I came up, where I'm from, as he said earlier, it wasn't a lot of film, a lot of TV at that time. It was like Oprah. I think Jenny Jones was gone. It was just what's my man Mathis, Oprah and Mathis.
Okay,
was the only people I think that was still there. But like the Spider-Man movies and the Batman films, they would come in and out and shoot to get the New York look for cheap in Chicago. So I would be a director's assistant on those films. It's basically a director's PA. But when I moved to LA, that's when my reality career kind of really kicked off. Yeah.
Okay. So you answered the one question that I always ask all of my guests: how did you get your start in the business? But let's talk about that for a little bit. So you did jobs as a director's assistant, but where did the initial interest come in that you said, hey, you know what, film is something that I want to be involved in?
Well, most people don't know. Growing up, my mother was a single parent. She really didn't play when I was coming up as a kid. So I was into every different type of activity you could think of, from football, baseball, or Little League at the time, to acting, singing, dancing, modeling. I was a part of the original Flintstone Kids from way back in the day.
Okay.
So I actually started out modeling and acting. I was in different catalogs back then. You used to go through catalogs when you was a kid and circle what you wanted.
Come on, consumers. Come on, consumers.
So, I used to, circle what I want.
Okay.
You see me sometime in the catalog when I was a baby. So some, catalogs I was in did work like that growing up. So I always had the taste for it, I guess you could say. It was always there along with all the other things that I like. But I was like the kind of guy that was kid that was like, all right, Ma, I tried it. I don't like it. On to the next. Let's do something else. That wasn't for me. So, I tried so many things growing up and so many different activities to a point to where she was like, okay, look, this stuff ain't free. So you need to pick something and stick to it. So I like the acting and the modeling and stuff like that. So I stuck to that. And I kept going with baseball for a little bit and basketball for a little bit. And then football picked up. But yeah, it was always there, I guess. So when it was time for me to declare a major in college, I was like, I'm just going to do business management. Everybody, business management, why not? It's easy, simple, great. So third year in, 3 years, I decide, I feel like I could do this with any major, like manage a business, like I could get this, like it don't matter, what I'm saying, what I'm doing, managing the business, I could do. I mean, at that time I had already been throwing parties, what I'm saying, I was promoting. I've been doing a lot of different things, by the time my third year of college came, as far as like events and throwing stuff and being a part of things since I was a kid. So I was like, let me think about something I want to do that I would want to do forever, that I would actually like to do every day. Because I didn't want to be doing nothing mundane.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to sit behind a desk every day. I didn't want to go to the same computer, sit at the same desk, doing the same job every single day, the same people. Like, it just wasn't for me. I saw how my grandparents did it. I saw how my mom and, my aunts and them was doing it. But it wasn't for me. But certain aunts and uncles chose to do different routes. And it was the entrepreneurial route. So I saw that too as well. So it was, I kind of was well-rounded in that aspect a bit to figure out, okay, well, business, I could do that on my own, I know. Mm-hmm. So what do I want to do? I was like, film, TV, I always liked it. So I was like, let me just switch my major. And I switched the major over third year to film TV. So when I graduated, it was like, okay, what I do, I actually didn't get an intern until after I graduated. But the intern just so happened to be at the radio stations. It wasn't TV, it wasn't film, it was actually radio. And it just so happened I fell into it. I was doing like events for them for a while. And while that was happening, I was getting connects, doing the events, hearing that, meeting people. And that's how I got to the films to do the Batmans and the Spider-Mans and stuff like that I did once they came to Chicago. I was actually, Columbia is in Chicago, not New York.
Mhm.
It's a film school, basically. A film heavy school. It's an art school, college. And I used to go to their college. They used to have like this board that they used to post all the jobs on. Like back then, we had the internet.
Mhm.
We didn't have, all of that. We had to go up to people, actually give them your resume, like, hey, you guys are here in my town. If you need a PA, let me know, whatever. I used to go to that board and look at the jobs. And I would go to the job sets and do exactly that. Like, hey, I don't go to Columbia, but I know y'all had this posting. I was looking. I go to NIU, like, what's up? And I got in. I got a couple jobs that way, actually. So, that's how I knew when I decided my third year in, like, okay, what can you do for the rest of your life that you would be happy with? So,
okay.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. And see, if you're listening, he said, I figured out how to make opportunities for myself. He didn't wait for nobody to call him. He didn't ask for a handout. He asked for a hand up. He made sure that he showed up as his best self, offering his services, not just saying, hey, put me on. Because we did, for whatever reason, the present generation
it's different.
Is so entitled and says that the world owes them something because they were born.
Why don't you have a job for me?
As a 70s baby, let me tell you, that's not how we came up.
Right.
No.
That's not how we came up. That's not how it really, that's still not how it works.
No.
So
not for real.
Hear this man tell you he did the work and he put himself in position in the right places at the right times. That is so important. And today you still have that opportunity. You guys have literally the world we built off of our humility, sweat, sweat equity, ingenuity,
tears,
baby, lots of those. I still
cried. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a man. I didn't cry.
Yes, absolutely.
It broke me down and had me crying.
Right.
She will chew you up and spit you out. You just have to refuse to be swallowed.
Yeah.
Rough.
I've sat on the edge of that bed as a grown man with children and married and cried quite a few times.
Hi. I haven't had a network gig since November of 2023. Please tell me, let me let you know you're talking to the one who's literally, I was crying this morning.
Yeah. Man.
Okay, this morning.
I'm gonna hold your hand, sister.
So it's real, but I love that you said how you kind of put yourself in position, and now you are in position to position others.
Yes.
So talk to us a little bit about where you are now, and in that, what is the thing you are most proud of?
Wow. Well, now I am currently executive producing and show running different shows and projects. I also am a senior producer for a lot of different award shows, red carpet shows for them. I produce the red carpet shows with an amazing team of producers year after year. This is year 10 or 11, I believe. I've been doing that. So that's been a major part of my career also. But
tell them some of the award shows. Tell them about BET and all the things. Tell them the award shows, brother.
So everything BET does, that's family. BET is like home. That's where I came up. That's where I got my chops.
They gave me my first shot too.
Gave me my first shot for real. Elon Johnson, if you out there listening.
Elon, we love you.
We love you. We love you, boss lady.
Listen, Amber
boss lady.
All the people.
Yes, that's boss lady. So, she gave me my first shot as associate producer on the show. I do BET Awards. I do Soul Train Awards. I've worked NAACP Image Awards, produced those. I've also worked a host of other award shows coming up. The Grammys, Emmys, Oscars, Golden Globes, you name it, AMAs. I'm glad they're back. So yeah, it was like a whole, once you get in that circuit of those award shows, if you're liked, I'm gonna be real.
It's very cliquish. Let's be honest about our world.
If you're liked, you work. So it's been a ride with those shows. But now I'm doing my own thing with my company. Sylver Lining Media Group. We have actually added more services to the slate since we've had to pivot. That television and film has been down the past few years, and LA has been hit so hard the past few years, including this year. So it's been really a time for us to get back to our roots, which is what, like I said, we started in radio. So it was actually also touring that we worked on tours. So we do television, film, of course. We've added live events to the slate. We have brand deals with different brands. We've done activations for Nike and different companies as well, from farming to brand deals with, like I said, companies like Nike, Facebook. So it's no sector we actually will not touch when it comes to your film, media, production, live event needs. So
Wow.
That's where I've been with it lately. I have a couple shows that have been coming across my desk lately that I am looking at that I really can't talk about. However, they are looking kind of promising. So I'm hoping that this funding that's coming back to LA will actually turn around and be some real work for people that haven't worked in 2, 3, 4 years. Because it's really people that have not worked since 2020. I'm gonna just be real.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know a lot. I know a lot of people that have been out of work. I mean, I say I haven't been on a network gig. I've been fortunate to have one-offs.
Yes.
So I also write award shows, things like that. So like I've had one-offs that have popped up and kept me afloat.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, because the networks, they not.
The networks aren't networking
you.
like they used to network.
They're not networking.
No.
Yes.
And most of them are imploding, if not disappearing.
Exactly that.
But you know what? I have another question in that same vein. As someone who does a lot of these award shows, there was an announcement earlier this season that several of our favorite award shows are indefinitely on pause. People that work on those shows and in that space, what advice do you have for them in terms of them pivoting to find work when they're used to the consistency of these award shows that don't exist right now anymore?
To be honest with you, I'm going to be real. If they work in these award shows, they already know. They know. They actually, that's the thing about these award shows. And our business period, a lot of people don't know or don't get or maybe forget or don't understand. When you're done with one award show, you're not necessarily going to the next one.
No.
So there is a core group of people that are. Don't get me wrong. They are, and that's what they do. That's going to happen. Even sometimes that core group gets shaken up and people don't go but. So they already have the idea in the back of their mind and nothing is really promised. And I may not be able to, but they never got hit like this to where the crews are so much smaller.
The budgets are so much smaller.
They're not even getting the call, to hold work anymore.
So what's your advice for them?
My advice to them, if they want to stay in this business, create your own IP. That's my advice. I don't care if you have to start it online, if you have to start it at home, if you have to start it with a group of friends and a collective. However it is that you can figure it out, that's the best way for you to work it, do it. I'm still trying to figure out, that's what this business is though. Every show you trying to figure out, you know what I mean? Figure out how to keep the wheels turning, figure out how to even get the wheels turning to keep them turning is the first aspect of things, right? But once they get to going, you still every day have to figure it out. It's a lot of people don't know. Even at the level that I'm at, I have learned working with some of the best in this business. They don't always know. We don't always know. We have to figure it out on the spot. And that's what makes a producer so damn good. Excuse my French, but it's what makes them so good because they're able to figure those moments out right there at that moment as it's happening, no matter the intensity level of it. So create if you can. I know everybody say create, but if you can't create, write. If you can't write, try to take an acting class, try to take a writing class. There's a lot of different free classes online right now. Try to learn, get your weight up, whichever way you can do it. Because that's what period it is right now.
Yeah.
I'm still, trying to cipher too, which way I want to get my weight up. Do I want to do a short? Do I want to do this? Do I want to do events? Do I want to do that? Like, it's so many ways to go, but it's so many things you got to be worried about and be sure that it's not going to be a fluke, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
and know that some of that creating on your own is not creating fiscal equity. It's creating social equity with the people that have the fiscal funds.
True.
Because shorts very, very often are not ROI products, right? Return on investment products.
That's what I tell people.
But they are a calling card. You make a good short. I mean, I'm living that out presently. Like, you make a good short, the right people gonna call you to make other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Or you have those opportunities where there's so many programs, a lot of them through this DEI in our administration have been shut down, but there still are a lot that exist.
Yeah.
Having work sample, for the longest, I couldn't apply to a lot of the directing shadow programs because all my work was unscripted, and that doesn't count.
Yeah.
In these places. So I started making my own shorts and directing shorts so that I could have work to use to apply to these shadow programs and the Half Initiative and the Series Fests and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So hear him when he says, make your own lane. It may not be fiscally sound in the beginning, but it's a path, y'all. See, everybody got mad at Auntie Tab when she said, baby, go get a job.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But she didn't tell you to go work at the Walmart.
But she ain't tell you a lie.
No, she didn't. But see, the thing is, I feel like people hear her say, go get a job, and they think that that job has to be, I am a director, a showrunner. Baby, I have been a PA for friends because bread was tight and they was paying $300-$400 for that PA. Baby, I will drive you where you want. Like, get a job does not mean go do DoorDash. Nothing against DoorDash, nothing against the Walmart. But like, if you work in the business, maybe get a job is, I'm a director, but I'm a PA for a little while, or I'm gonna be a coordinator because I'm very organized and I can't find a directing job, or I'm gonna be an associate producer, even though I've been a director or a showrunner. I'm an AP on this because I know that I can give them what I want, make myself invaluable, and maybe be the person that's hired later.
And
so
and here's the thing with all of that. Here's the thing with all of that. What you're doing is you're cultivating relationships. Because like he said, didn't he just say if you're liked, you keep going? Because it's never, I've learned being in this for 20 years, it's never a straight line. So sometimes you'll step sideways in order to step forward. And sometimes you gotta step back. Exactly. And people
had to do it twice.
Look, people get caught up in I'm a this, I'm a that. But at the end of the day, what is the end goal? Right. What is the end goal? What exactly was it that you're trying to accomplish? And then who are you, getting around? Whose environment are you getting in, and who are you aligning with to get to that point? Because you said, okay, if you can't shoot right, okay, so let's say, for instance, your strength is writing. You know a cinematographer that may not be working right now? Do you know a gaffer? Right. And let me say this, and then I have so many questions that I want to ask you, but let me say this. YouTube right now is killing the game. They have more viewership than all the major networks, ladies and gentlemen. So when Kevin talks about creating your own IP, if you do not have a YouTube channel and you are in this business, you are leaving things on the table. Because YouTube has 5 billion with a B, 2.5 billion viewers every single month. That's 2.5 billion. The networks can't touch that. So if right now you're in what you would call a down period, why are you not creating to do things to have people see? Because guess what? The networks are now going to YouTube writing deals with people. They just had a major star in India say, I'm not putting my film in the Indian theaters, I'm putting it on YouTube.
Yeah.
And this guy's a major star in India, but the reach for YouTube is so massive. He said, I'm not putting it in the theaters. I'm putting it on YouTube because we have a limited run in the theaters, right? Or I can put it on YouTube where I have a chance of 20, 30, 40 million people seeing my work.
Baby, I promise for him, it's not about how many people see it. It's about how many people watch it for the monetization. He don't give a damn about the eyes. Let's be real about that.
Me and my friend group, we were all not working at the beginning of the pandemic, and we was like, yo, I was like, let's create something. Like, we all not working, let's do it. We got everything we need within our circle. At the time, everybody lived in LA, everybody was here. And that's what we did. We created a show called No Cap TV. It was on Instagram Live as well as YouTube.
That's Live, right?
Huh? KNOW.
KNOW, yes. Right?
Yep. KNOW, absolutely. And we created that out of us feeling like, yo, the news is not reporting what we need for millennials, Gen Z, that crowd to actually get it and understand, because it was just so much being thrown at us at 2020, right? It was just a lot happening and everything was coming from everywhere. So I was like, let's create something that makes awareness for people, you know what I'm saying, to know what's going on. And that was a group of my friends here in Hollywood that all work in the business in different levels and aspects. We had production, we had camera, we had lighting, we had DPs, producers, the whole gamut, actors, actresses, like it was the whole gamut in the group, in the collective that came out with this project. And it was a good project for what it was. And I, now am still people talk about it here and there with me. Like, yeah, I remember you guys was doing that. I can't believe people still tell me from here. It's not like we had a big following. We didn't do it for year after year. It was just for the right then and right there, right now moment. But it was a great project. And that was us doing it out of us not working. Like, let's create something for our people.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I want people to know that there's also the, like for me, I do social media because I have to. I love, coming from radio. I love podcasting, all that. But I'm not the, hey, let's put a YouTube channel together girl. I'm not. Like, I have one, but I'm not that person, right?
I get it.
So for those people that may not be your ministry, but you have a talent, somebody got one, and their channel's not great. And the reason their channel's not great is because they don't have you. You don't have to always be the person to create it.
Yeah.
You have a friend who has a YouTube channel and you watch that baby's channel and you like, oh, it's almost there. It's like remember when Peppa Pig was trying to learn how to whistle?
Right.
And she couldn't get it. And her little friend whistled just out of nowhere and she hung up the phone. Like, it's like that. So if you know your baby's YouTube channel is almost a whistle, be the person to help them make it a full whistle.
Yeah.
You don't have to make it yourself. You guys can figure out if it's monetized, what that looks like. Figure that out before it's monetized, baby. Because if you wait till after that, y'all might not be friends. But figure out your situation and go help someone else if you're not the person. I am not the person that I don't want to be a content creator. I'm a filmmaker and a television director, producer. I don't want to be a content creator. I'm not going to sit there and be like, and this is sponsored. I'm not that girl.
Yeah.
But I will make your stuff. I will make your sponsored content. I'm just not going to be
film it. Yeah.
Right. I will shoot it, direct it, tell you what to do, give you notes, give you feedback on the edit before it goes up. All that.
Absolutely.
I may even be your talent, but I don't want the page. I don't want the responsibility of the page. So if you know that that's not your thing, find your thing. Like he said, him and his friends, he looked to his left and his right. And they found what they needed in each other, made something that we're still talking about 5 years later.
Yeah.
So it's there. We keep telling you guys, we bring people on here to talk to you about their success. But a lot of times, like Floyd said, it's not linear, but it's also not rocket science. A lot of you want to get to Ava, but Ava's assistant wants to be the next Ava. Find her.
Hey, guess what? Ava's assistant knows Ava.
Right. Well, if you do it with her, Ava gonna see it because she gonna watch her baby May.
You know, I mean, damn, Ava's assistant knows Ava. Ava's assistant takes care of Ava. So if you're trying to get to Ava, but let me ask you this, because you know what? Actually, I have not gotten to any of my questions because we are having such a phenomenal conversation.
Come on.
You have had multiple job titles and descriptions: executive producer, director, showrunner. So, you know, as I was researching you, the thing that kept coming up was, what was the avenue that you took before branching out into any of those? And what was the first one? What was the first one that you actually forayed into?
After being a production assistant?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
First thing was coordinator.
Okay.
So it's a funny story behind that too, actually. So I told you I was working at the radio station in Chicago. The R. Kelly and Jay-Z tour. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Uh-huh.
I worked on that tour.
Oh, wow.
That was like my very first coordinating job ever. Went from a stagehand to coordinating this tour. Lord, I thought I was about to be big. Ooh, I thought I was going to make it. This is two of the biggest in the world. What? I was like, yes, I have made it. Mama, I made it. But we all know what happened to that tour. So we never made it out of the second city. Anyway, moving on. When I moved to LA, they was like, so our coordinator is leaving. The show that I got on after waiting a year and a half in LA to figure out how I'm getting this industry in LA. Finally get on the set. I'll get to that story later if we do. Finally get on the set. It's a Ryan Murphy set. So I'm working with one of the biggest in Hollywood right now, Ryan Murphy. The coordinator, God bless her soul, her father, God rest his soul, was on his way of transitioning.
Mm-hmm.
So she had to leave abruptly. And my production manager, Jane, what's up, Janers? If you out there, she needed a coordinator immediately. And I was like, hey, Jane, how are you? Like, you know, I just moved from Chicago and I was coordinating on the tour. So I got coordinated already in my background, my experience. She was like, you know what? That's right. Give me your resume. Give it to me right now. So I went and printed out my resume, gave it to her. She went and talked to the line producer. Still a good friend of mine today. His name's Mike. Talked to the line producer. Line producer's like, yeah, forget it. Fuck it. We'll take a chance on it. I had never coordinated a TV show. You know what I'm saying? It was
very different.
This is not a tour. This is not a rapper or a singer. But it was a singing show. It was Ryan Murphy. He was doing Glee at the time. So it was his spinoff show, Glee Project, which was a reality show, which basically the people on that show was trying to go through all of these tasks to be on Glee. The winner goes to Glee of the reality show. So that's how I started my reality show world here in LA. After that run with Jane, I went on a run with that production manager. I was her coordinator on every show she did for like the next 2 years, maybe 2-3 years. And she was like, all right, I'm out. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, I'm done. I'm done with production. It's a wrap. I'm leaving. I'm going into development. I was like, okay, so we going into development. All right. It's like, okay. Let's do it. I'm ready to go into development. She's like,
no.
Yeah, I'm going to be going to development. I was like, oh, so I don't have a job no more. Like, I've been with her. I had to look for a job since I started in this career in LA. I don't know what it means to look for a job. Like, what are you talking about? I got to find my next job. Like, I was blessed. I was with Jane. She was a white woman. Hello. Like, every job, it was boom, 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 boom. We just left one and went to the next one. I thought that's how it went in the industry. Once you got in, I was like, okay, we're going to develop it. No, didn't happen. So I'm like, okay, well, Kev, what do you want to do? Like, because this coordinating is over. I'm not doing this no more. It's a wrap. Only person I would do this for is Jane. We had our whole, groove, our rhythm, our flow. Everything was just bam, 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 boom, boom, boom. I knew what she wanted, what she needed, when she needed, sometimes before she needed it. So we were great as a team. And I wasn't doing that with nobody else again. I wasn't finna create another bond with someone like that to that magnitude, that level, because I knew it wasn't going to happen, one. And two, that took years to build, and it was a lot of work. Like, you really had to be that close to her. I mean, to your production team, to work the type of shows we were working, to do what we were doing. Like, we were doing, reality is not easy, first and foremost. Let's just say that for real. Like, it's not easy. You're working gruesome hours, 12, 16 hours a day. Production is the first one in, last one out. It was rough, like rough. Sometimes we didn't sleep. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of work. And I just didn't feel like no one else would appreciate me working that hard, how Jane appreciated it. And it was time for me to come up. So I was like, what I want to do? I was like, I want to direct. I was like, because I had already directed a couple music videos in the past. I was like, and I want to produce. So let me hit these call sheets from these last 2 years of relationships of people that I like and that like me, that may actually hire me in these departments that I want to go over into. Because I'm in production. I'm like, how am I get over to the directorial department? How I'm gonna get to the producer level. So I was hitting up producers, I was hitting up directors, I was hitting up first assistant directors, like, yo, you need a second AD, let me know, I'll be your second, I was emailing people, calling people, hitting them on social media, however I could contact them, like, hey, if you need a second, let me know. You need an associate producer, let me know. So just for those that don't know, a second AD is basically like the PA of the directorial team. An associate producer is basically like the PA of the producing team. So I'm just, let me in at the bottom. I don't care. As long as I'm on the team, I'm on the team. I can work my way from there. I already know. So I got a bite. One of the homies, it was his first AD over at Bad Girls Club. Now, because we did my very first show, the Ryan Murphy show together. He was like, yo, I do actually. I need a second AD on this Bad Girls Club show that I'm doing. I was like, for sure. Absolutely. I'm young. I'm in my 20s. I'm like, let's do it. It's Bad Girls Club? Definitely. When you want me. You need me tomorrow? I could be there. Whenever you need me to start, I'll start. He was like, I have my I was the second. He was like, I'll have my second send you everything you needed. So I got that job, was working on Bad Girls Club, did 2 seasons with them, 2 different shows. I got a bite from my friend Ambika. She's a dope stylist now, but she also produces as well and does a lot of different events and stuff too. But she's a huge in the stylist world. She called me and was like, yo, they need associate producer for the red carpet for the BET Awards this year. You down? I was like, what? Am I?
Let me check my calendar.
Around everybody. I don't know if I had called her at that time and told her, but I was putting the word out to everybody like, yo, if anybody need any associate producers or producers and today, let me know. Assistant directors, ADs, whatever. I'm trying to get to them. So that call was like a blessing out of the blue, and I've been with BET ever since that call. Actually, only time I missed was during the pandemic. But yeah, then because I got my producing chops there, I started producing on other shows and other projects and other reality shows and working with like Boy Band, and it's a show on CBS that was only 1 season, but it was huge. One of the biggest budgeted reality shows ever I've done called The World Best. We was working with people from all over the world. It was amazing. It was a great show. Didn't get a second season, but it was a great show. Very big budget, though. Probably why the second season didn't happen. But that's how I leveled up into those departments.
Ooh, nice.
I love it. Well, you didn't answer the other question, which was, what is the thing you've done that you're most proud of?
I'm most proud of Laugh Tonight with Damon Williams, which is the very first show that I sold, co-created, executive produced, and show ran. And it just so happened that it was with family. The host of the show, Damon Williams, also co-creator, executive producer, is my uncle.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
He funny as hell, And I ain't that because he's your uncle. He funny as hell.
No, he's a funny man.
He's a funny brother.
He
watched
always,
him for years.
Yes. He's been in the comedy world for over 30 years. Solid career. And he got an opportunity to do a show. He was calling all over trying to get people to produce it. And he was like, what am I thinking about? Let me call my nephew. It's like, duh. I should have been the first call. What do you mean? So my production company, we produced that. It was a major crew. It's like 100-man crew or so, something close to. My father came out, his brother, his sister came out, my aunt, his wife, my other aunt, and his son came out, my little cousin. It was just like a family affair. I employed them as well. So I employed my family. It was like me and my uncle running ship, running ahead, and everybody was there to see it and also get a check. So it was great. That was my most proud of moment, though. My very first soul show.
Wow.
Just happened to be with family.
I love that. If you're familiar with, or for whoever is familiar with Tressa Smallwood, she built Megamind from the ground up. Now they're everywhere making everything.
Yeah.
And her entire crew is her sister is the stylist. Her daughter is a makeup artist. Literally her husband, her brother, her nieces and nephews, aunts, uncles, it's literally all family. So I love that. My family is all paramilitary and government. They not working, but it's fine. It's fine.
Hey,
my father is retired from the Secret Service. My mother is retired from FBI, and it's not
okay.
Oh yeah.
They not, but they finally get what I do, kind of. So it's fine. Yeah. But my question in that is, when you talk to us about preparing to and selling your first show under your own imprint. Everybody and their mother has a production company till you ask them to show you articles of incorporation. But everybody got a company. Talk to us until it's time so the people be like, oh, can I have your workers' comp numbers and your articles of incorporation? And then all of a sudden it's like crickets. And EIN does not make a company, family. But
no. It does not.
Talk to us about creating it and selling it, like making that, betting on you. I think that's the best way for me. Talk to us about how you bet on yourself.
Well, with that particular project, it was a stand-up comedy show. So it was already kind of put together for me. But I wanted it to be done differently, how we shot it, the look of it, the feel of it. I wanted it to be more interactive. I wanted you to get to know the talent a little bit more. So I intertwined interviews in between their sets. So you got to know the actual comedian and things about them, what they do, because there was some great comedians. We had comedians of the most probably diverse cast that a Black host have probably ever had on a comedic series. There was everybody represented in this particular series. It was 8 episodes, 3 comics on each episode. So it was a lot of comics. It was a lot of people. It was a lot of time. I actually had Ambika come in and style the show. So we worked together again on that. You know, you got to give back when you can somebody that reached out for you. So I had her come in, and she was our wardrobe. I had a wardrobe. So she had to style everybody. We was prepping, going through everybody's look and what I wanted them to be like and what feel I wanted. I wanted them to be a little more, I guess, relaxed, elevated. I want them to feel, you know, stuffy, but I wanted them to feel a sense of, you know, pride, as well as a sense of I'm him, I'm her, you know what I'm saying, type mentality. So I think that kind of came across in the way that we shot it and how we prepared for it, and, you know, getting the team together, figuring out feeding everybody, and just the whole nine, you know, credentials, how we was going to get the audience in and where from. We had a live audience as well as we were filming. So it was a lot of different moving parts and pieces that we actually had to get together. And the network kind of gave us free reign a little bit. So it wasn't as looking over my shoulder as much as it normally would. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm listening to you, and I wrote this question down, and it's interesting, you know, what we've been talking about. But when I was researching you, there were three things that you talked about that mattered the most to you regarding qualities and skill set. And from, again, us having this conversation, that has been very, you know, obvious. Your first one was be very detail oriented. Your second one was trust your gut. And third, and the thing that has resonated throughout this entire talk that we've been having, is not being afraid to put in the work.
Yes.
Why those three?
Well, because they're all true. I mean, you definitely have to put in the work. I feel like a lot of people try to skip steps. But those that skip the steps are not the ones that last in this industry. They may shine, they may have their moments, but they don't last. A lot of people I've worked in this industry with, I have not seen since the one show that I've done with them. So, you know, you got to do that. Trust your gut, because if you don't, and trust your first mind when you're trusting your gut. Let me be specific with that. If you don't trust your gut in this industry, a lot of times you'll get got. You really will. And a lot of times, a lot of people have said, if I'd have went with my first mind, or if I'd have trusted my gut, or if I should have known better. Trust your gut, go with it. Believe in yourself. I feel like how I was raised, where I come from, my family, I got a gift of discernment that may be different than others, but everybody has that feeling. You know what I'm saying? You know when something don't feel right, something feel off, something may feel right or good. You know what I mean? Like, you know that feeling, though. You know when it's not right. You know when it is right. Just trust the gut. You have to. In this industry, a lot of times, that's how you win. What was the last one? What was that?
Not being afraid. What it was be very detail oriented, you know, trusting your gut, and not being afraid to put in the work.
Detail.
But yeah, talk about the details, which is something that's often overlooked.
Detail oriented. I don't want to overlook that, because that is a lot in this industry, especially if you're producing or doing production. Like, your whole job is details. So if the details are not right, if they off, then people ain't gonna know how they gonna know what to do, how they gonna know what to follow, how they gonna know, you know, how to move. I really believe the saying is true that it takes an hour of prep for every 1 minute of TV. That is really true. That really holds true. It is about 1 hour of preparation and work for every minute of television you see. So if you see in a 30-minute television program, if it's really 22 minutes after the commercials, in those 22 minutes that you're seeing, it took a person 22 hours for those 22 minutes or more to even create what you're seeing, for you to understand it, for it to make sense, for everybody to receive it the way it's supposed to be received. It takes time for all that to happen. And you have to have the details. You have to have the details. This is just really what the job is. It's a lot of details.
Yeah. I want to do a quick follow-up question, because something you just said about the 1 hour basically equating to 1 minute. And I went on your Instagram. I'll be stalking, yo. I just gotta know.
Come on.
I saw
You don't have to
Super Bowl halftime. I saw the Super Bowl halftime post that you put up, the behind the scenes. And when you talked about the hour being the minute, that's what popped into my head, because when I saw that, and I'm sitting here saying, people see the finished product and they're like, oh, that looks easy. But when I looked at the video, I'm saying, see, people aren't seeing these guys doing all the steps and then having to run around with the boxes. And then you see the cameramen, with the dollies running here and running there. So I found that very interesting.
Yes. Working on those shows is crazy. I mean, the big shows that we do, you know what I mean? From even All-Star Game, like we do all of the All-Star halftime shows and all those different shows. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of people, like down to the dancers, the bands. It's just a lot of moving pieces and parts. The props alone, like you said, those boxes, all those things. It has to be somebody to pick those things up, to move them, to get them out there when they need to be out there. And it has to be timed down to the moment. Like our scripts and our shows are timed, people. They are not just written. They're also on a time. So your format of your show is timed. They have to match the script. Everything has to be on a time. Like people don't really realize or understand what we do, but it's so much work and science to it that you have to have all these tools, or else your show is just not going. It's going to show, and it shows on a lot of different shows and things that I see, because I know what's supposed to be happening and what's not happening. A lot of people don't have script soups. Script supervisors are very important.
Baby, say it again for the people in the back.
You need it. Continuity is a thing. It's a big thing.
Because everybody likes to talk about how it's, how on some movies on Tubi, 1 minute she's holding a fork, next minute she got a steak knife. Like, but that level of missed continuity also exists in unscripted.
Yeah.
And people don't think like, well, no, if you're shooting this really emotional moment and now your host has barged in on that moment because they wanted to be a part, but you have no way for the audience to have seen how your host got there, you can't use it.
I mean, what if you need to pick up something? Like,
you can't use it.
You don't know like everything, like a script soup knows everything down to the ring.
A good one. A good one. Because I once shot for 2 hours with a baby in the wrong outfit. A good one. A good one. Right, you see your face? That was mine. That's how it was 18 months.
He was speechless.
I got some good ones if you ever need to
curse me out.
Wow.
But yes, a good one.
Wow.
A good, and that's the other part. If you want to be in the business and you're really good with details, everybody's not meant to be the director. Everybody's not meant to be the producer.
No.
Maybe your ministry is script supervision. Because
Yeah.
if you're that person that watches television and you notice every time something ain't the same or something ain't right, you have a calling and a gift that you need to tap into. It's not meant for everybody to be. If everybody's a chief, who's the Indians that support the chief?
Mm-hmm. The chief needs soldiers.
Not to mention that a script supervisor is also a chief child. Because let me tell you, I asked my scriptie everything. Was that there? Because I'm thinking about performance. I'm thinking about my time.
Yeah.
Listen.
So my scriptie is literally the left side of my brain.
I get it. As a producer, whoever's on the floor, if it's a stage manager or assistant director, they are mine.
Yeah.
Like I'm working with the talent. Keep me honest. Like,
how long they
let
got?
me know if I need more time. Am I light? Like, where we at? Keep me honest, because I'm not paying attention to that at this very moment.
Job at that moment.
I'm calming down my talent. I'm prepping my talent. I'm trying to make sure they got what they need to go back on camera. Like, whatever it is that I'm doing, yes, I need you to do what you do well so I can do what I do well.
That part.
And you know what it is? I think because director sounds so glamorous, but not understanding that, yes, the director may sound glamorous, but the director needs a team.
Absolutely.
And I think that's where people, they lose focus, because now if directing, as you said, Okemi, is your ministry, that's fine.
Yeah.
But that's like when I used to run, my award show in Philadelphia. I did certain things, I executive produced it and I did certain things. But when it got to a certain point, I turned it over, and I turned it over to the person, the showrunner, basically. And I told everybody, you can't come to me and ask me anything after this point, because it is no longer my thing. It's hers. So if you come to me, I'm going to direct you to her. And I'm writing the checks. It's my show.
Yeah.
Because I understood that it's her thing now. I have to step back and give her the control that she needs to put on a phenomenal show. Yeah. That's the way the teamwork works.
But leadership means servant, and it also means having the understanding that you can be confident in who and what you are. Mm-hmm. But you have to lose the hubris, and you have to have some humility to know that you've hired your team because you trust them.
Yeah.
So let them do their job.
Absolutely.
Kevin, you have been such an amazing guest. Like, you've been teaching the peoples.
Oh, I was trying to drop a couple gems.
I mean, listen, it's sparkling on the floor, brother. It's sparkling on the floor. I see him down there.
And you know what? You know what's interesting? And see, this is what I love about this podcast, because we've just been basically chopping it up for an hour. I think I got to one card of my questions.
Of your 10 pages?
Of my 10 pages.
This is normal. Don't let him guilt you, Kevin.
Okay.
It's normal. Okay. We never get to all.
We never get to all of them. It's never. That's by design, so you can come back.
That's by design.
So
okay. So before we go, though.
Oh, we're not. Yeah.
Oh, no, we're not done just yet.
We're not going.
But yes, tell us. Tell us what you was about to say.
No, I was going to say, go through the cards and see which question is the one most important question you want to end with.
Brother, they all important.
Right. This is a time where killing his darlings is necessary, but not his favorite. So
got it.
You know what? We gonna do that. The most important question for me, for you, and for our audience, because again, you wear a lot of hats and you do it well. My question to you would be, what advice would you give any young person deciding that, hey, you know what? The entertainment industry is something that I want to dive first into. What would be a piece of advice that you would give to that young lady or that young man if they decided that, you know what, this is the thing that I want to do? What would you tell them?
Well, for them to come into this business right now and still want to do it right now, I would tell them to have tough skin. It's a lot of meek children out here these days. You have to have tough skin. It's not going to happen for everybody overnight. I'm not going to say it's not going to happen for some people overnight, because it does. It has. But you may not seen them do the work behind for 10 years. So it looked like overnight to you. But to the public, to the world, it's overnight, right? You ain't been in their face for a while for them to see. They haven't been able to Google you to know everything, all of your stuff or whatever, right? But that not wanting to work, not wanting to put in the work, the laziness, the inconsistency, you have to leave all of those things behind. You cannot want to come into this industry expecting what others have that's been in this industry for 10 years, for 20 years, for 30 years. I didn't come in this industry where I am today, and you not either. So expect that, put in the work, stay consistent, and what you want will be yours.
Yes. See, the floor is sparkling again. Look at you.
Glittering.
Look
Told
at you.
y'all. Told y'all.
I love it. I love it. Kevin, please tell the people where they can find you so that they can keep getting these gems at least and support you and cheer you on as you're out here doing your thing and also giving back to the same community that helped build you.
Yes, awesome. Love it. Yes, you can catch me on any platform pretty much, produced by Eugee, but it's PROD by EUGEE. Any platform.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been absolutely amazing. And let me tell you about the power of networking and just reaching out and talking to people. We started following each other on Threads.
Yes.
Because we have a lot of similar
mutuals,
mutuals and certain ideologies. We both share those. And, you reach out, you start talking, you comment on people's posts. Yeah. It's real simple. Yeah. So if you're talking about building relationships, and I have been following, Kevin, a while before I reached out and said, hey, well, I would love to have you on the podcast, because I want to, I want to take people's temperature. I'm sure he was taking mine, but I say all that to say, don't be afraid to, follow this young brother because he's doing some absolutely amazing things. Trust me, go to his IG. It is absolutely amazing. And, for twofold reasons, because he's a good brother to follow, but also the thing that I love the most is if you follow his IG page and all those other things, you're going to learn something. So if you're in this industry and you're trying to level up, again, low price of free $99, ladies and gentlemen, just by following someone on IG.
Yeah. Now, hit my DM. If I see it, I respond. I have no problem with responding to people. People will tell you all the time. I responded to them. Mm-hmm. I've gotten people gigs in their states, in different places, and now they're in the industry and never even been to LA. But
well, let's make sure we do that with let's do that with respect.
Oh yes.
Let's do that with some integrity and some honor. Let's make sure that we are not a bugaboo. Please do not inundate this gentleman in his DMs. If he does not respond to you, it's okay. Keep following him and engaging. Please do not do that because that's how you get into the space of not being liked. That's how you get into the space of being blocked. I got a lot of blocked folks on my socials because they don't know how to act.
Yeah.
Please.
I agree.
Please.
And
shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
Hey, chat. What up, chat?
And I got to get
y'all
this.
For coming, all my people. I love y'all. I see y'all.
Beautiful.
I see y'all. Y'all hit my phone, but I love y'all. I love everybody.
This has been great. But when you go into his direct messages, please do me a favor. Anyone that's listening now or will be listening in the future, do not, as soon as you go to this gentleman's DMs, ask him for something.
Please. Don't say we sent you to ask for nothing, because we didn't.
Offer, ask. I always go by offer, ask, because I'm sure that there may be something that Mr. Wilson might need. Offer your services. Hey, Mr. Wilson, saw the podcast, thought maybe I'd reach out to see if you need.
Yes.
That is the offer.
And I mentor a lot of up and coming youth and people in this industry from all different sectors. So if I see it, like I said, I will respond. But yeah, don't kill me.
Just be judicious and understand that this man is busy and his time is his money. So if he doesn't have an opportunity to get to you right away, don't go being crazy. Yes. Just let it rock. Let it rock. And
I got you. Trust me.
He will circle back if there's an alignment. And if it's not, that's also okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. If not, then you can also just say, I dig what you do. Like it's okay to just give somebody a compliment.
Absolutely.
It's okay to just say, I dig what you're doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, this has been amazing. Thank you so much.
Been my pleasure. Thank you. Thank you both so much for having me. If you ever need me for anything in the future, please let me know.
I already DM'd you, darling. So
Let me know.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
You will definitely be coming back, because again, I so enjoyed this conversation, and it has been an absolute honor and a pleasure to finally meet you digitally, face to face. I'm going to be out in LA next month for the Miso Film Festival, so I definitely will be hitting you up.
We'll do lunch. We'll do lunch or dinner or drinks or whatever.
Oh, absolutely.
Both of
I'll be in LA next week. Actually,
please,
I'm coming for the Glad. I'm coming for the Glad Summit.
Okay. Well, don't come to LA without hitting me.
I'm not gonna do that, big brother. Now we family.
We family now, bro.
Love.
Yes,
well,
sir.
ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna let Floyd take us out like he always does.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining myself, the amazing Okima T. Moore, and the incomparable Mr. Kevin Eugee Wilson on a conversation with. We have definitely enjoyed spending time with you over this last hour, and we hope that you have gotten something out of this conversation that you can now take and incorporate in your business and in your everyday walk of life. Yeah. And I will end it as I always do. Love it like a hobby, but treat it like a business.
Kev, don't
Everyone, have a great night. Peace.
All right.